So today we will discuss thermal equilibrium, and the next one is temperature and kinetic energy. Temperature is a measure of thermal equilibrium. The temperature can be measured with the help of thermometer. So to discuss this thermal equilibrium, I'll give you information. Consider two objects. So object A and object B. Object A and object B. These two are at different temperatures. This is at a temperature of A is some 45 degree centigrade, and temperature of B is equals to some 60 degree centigrade. Here initially the temperatures given to you. If you observe this temperature of first object is less, temperature of first object is less than the temperature of second object, that you can observe from given information itself. It means that it is at lower temperature and the second one is at higher temperature. When you bring these two together, that is, if you make contact these two, box A and box B, A and B, now they are in contact with each other. They are in contact with each other. Then what will happen? When they are in contact, the heat energy will be transferred. Heat energy will be transferred from body at higher temperature to body at lower temperature. Got? Once again I will tell. When these two objects at different temperatures and they are in contact in second case, then the heat energy will be transferred from body at higher temperature to body at lower temperature. In this case, that is, heat energy traveled from B to A. Got? Since they are at different temperatures and the temperature of A is less than that of temperature of B, it means that the object B is at a higher temperature, and when you make contact these two, the heat energy is a flow from body at higher temperature to body at lower temperature, that is from B to A. Up to what extent it will travel? Travel చేస్తుంది బాగానే ఉంది. It's good. It is traveling from body at higher temperature to body at lower temperature. That is a property of heat. But up to what extent it will travel? It will travel till the both objects will attain same temperature. Temperature of first object is equals to temperature of second object. Whenever these two temperatures are equal to each other, then the flow of heat will stop. The heat cannot flow. If once the temperature of A is equals to temperature of B, the heat energy will not transfer, because once these two are at same temperature, they both will have same heat energy with them. There is no more heat energy, one is greater than other. ఈ రెండిట్లో కూడా డిఫరెంట్ హీట్ ఎనర్జీస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ట్రావెల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. రెండు కూడా ఒకటే టెంపరేచర్స్కి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఇక హీట్ అయితే ట్రావెల్ అవ్వదు. The state at which there is no further flow of heat energy between two objects in contact. That state is called thermal equilibrium. The state at which there is no further transfer of heat energy between the two objects which are in contact is called the state of thermal equilibrium. Is called the state of thermal equilibrium. At thermal equilibrium, there is no transfer of heat energy between the objects. At thermal equilibrium, there is no transfer of heat energy between the two objects. I hope you got. Thermal equilibrium అంటే రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకదానికొకటి కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏదైనా ఒకదాని టెంపరేచర్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటే టెంపరేచర్ ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నటువంటి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అందులో నుంచి కొంత హీట్ ఎనర్జీ రెండవ ఆబ్జెక్ట్కి ట్రావెల్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఎంతవరకు ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది అంటే రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఏవైతే కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉన్నాయో ఆ రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకటే టెంపరేచర్కి వచ్చేటంత వరకు హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అనేది జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఎప్పుడైతే రెండు ఒకటే టెంపరేచర్కి వచ్చినాయో రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఒకటే టెంపరేచర్ చూపిస్తున్నాయో అప్పుడు ఆ సిట్యుయేషన్ని థర్మల్ ఈక్విలిబ్రియం అంటాము. థర్మల్ ఈక్విలిబ్రియంకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇంకా ఫర్దర్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఆఫ్ హీట్ ఎనర్జీ అనేది ఉండదు. గాట్ ఇట్? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ థర్మల్ ఈక్విలిబ్రియం. లెట్ మీ గివ్ వన్ మోర్ ఐడియా అబౌట్ దిస్. సపోజ్ I have three objects in my hand. Suppose I have three objects in my hand, A and B and C. I have three objects in my hand. Initial temperature of A, that is temperature of A is equals to 40 degrees centigrade. Temperature of B is equals to 40 degrees centigrade. So when you make contact these two objects, first one and second one, box A and a box B, is there any transfer of heat energy between these two? Definitely not, because they are at same temperature and even they are in contact, there is no further flow of heat energy from one body to another body. Matter is finished. Now I have one more object. That is a C. The temperature of C is 60 degrees centigrade. The temperature of C is 60 degrees centigrade. If I bring the third object and I kept it here, C, which is in contact with both of these two, then what will happen? The heat energy will be transferred from C to A and C to B. The heat energy will be transferred from C to A and C to B because C is at a high temperature. Because C is at a high temperature, it includes heat energy with it, and that heat energy will be transferred from C to A. At the same time, the heat energy will be transferred from C to B also. Up to what extent? Already I told. Up to all the three will attain same temperature. Look what will happen. The object C will decrease its temperature from 60 degrees to downfall. Object C will decrease its temperature by losing heat energy. Why it decrease its temperature? When it is in contact with A and B are at lower temperature and C is at high temperature. This is the reason. A and B are at lower temperature and C is at a high temperature. This is only the reason that C is at high temperature and AB are at lower temperature. What will happen? It will lose its heat energy. Once C is losing its heat energy, its temperature is dropped. 60 degrees centigrade will decreases. Downfall you can watch in temperature. At the same time, the heat energy lost by object C will be transferred to object A and B. The amount of heat energy lost by this object C will be received by object A and object B. Once these two are receiving heat energy, then what will happen? The temperature is increased. You can watch that. You can measure that. The temperature of A and B is increasing from 40 degrees centigrade above 40 degrees. Why it is? Because they both will receive heat energy which is lost by the object C. Why these things are happen? One object is losing its heat energy, another object is gaining heat energy. After gaining heat energy, they both will increase their temperature. This is happening. Why? Because they are in thermal contact. They are in contact. If they are not in contact, there is no transfer of heat energy. Once they came in contact, there is a transfer of heat energy. In this case, that is happening. The object C, which is at high temperature, losing its heat energy to these two objects. By gaining some heat energy, these two objects is increasing their temperature. Up to what extent? All these three will attain same temperature. ఈ మూడు కూడాను ఒకటే టెంపరేచర్కి వచ్చేంత వరకు ఈ హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అనేది జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. అప్ టు అటైనింగ్ సేమ్ టెంపరేచర్. ఆల్ దీస్ త్రీ మస్ట్ అటైన్ సేమ్ టెంపరేచర్. దెన్ there is no further flow of heat energy. One more thing I will tell. I will take these two objects once again, these three objects once again. So I am not going to draw these three like this. First these two, A and B. I will give you some information. When object A and B are in thermal equilibrium, temperature of A is equals to temperature of B. This is the case. So in other state I am taking here, temperature of B is also equal to temperature of C. Temperature of B is also equal to temperature of C here. I have two statements. The body A is in thermal equilibrium with body B. Object A is in thermal equilibrium with object B, and at somewhere else the same object B is in thermal equilibrium with object C. Then you can conclude here one more statement from previous two. You can conclude object A and object C are also in thermal equilibrium with each other. So how can you say these two are at thermal equilibrium? When the temperature of these two is the same. How can you say these two are in thermal equilibrium? The temperature of these two is also same. Here in first case, temperature of object A is equals to temperature of object B. In second case, the temperature of object B is equals to temperature of object A. From these two you can conclude the temperature of object A is equal to temperature of object C. So if one object is thermal equilibrium with the first one and the same one is also thermal equilibrium with the third one, then first one and third one are also in thermal equilibrium, Here, to measure this heat energy, we have one unit, that is calorie. That is calorie. That is calorie. 1 minute. So 1 calorie. Okay. So 1 calorie is a unit of heat. CGS unit is calorie. And you will have one more unit, standard international, that is SI. In that units also heat can be measured, and that is joule, Joule, joule. And here you need to know 1 calorie is equals to 4.186 joules. 1 calorie is equals to 4.186 joules. And what is this calorie? Calorie is required heat to rise the temperature of 1 gram of water to 1 degree centigrade. Once again I will tell, calorie is required amount of heat. Calorie is a required amount of heat for 1 gram of water to rise its temperature to 1 degree centigrade. This is how we can define a 1 calorie. So what is the CGS units for heat? Calorie. And what is the standard international unit? That is the SI unit for heat is a joule. So we have one relation, 1 calorie is equals to 4.186 joules, or approximately you can write like this, 1 calorie is equals to 4.2 joules. What is this calorie? It is defined the required amount of heat for 1 gram of water to rise its temperature to 1 degree centigrade. So prepare notes also for this. And one more thing, so heat is over here. Now I will move to temperature. Temperature also measured in units. You have different units to measure the temperature, like a calorie and joules. You are measuring heat in terms of calories and joules. The same way you will have unit to measure this temperature is Celsius scale and Kelvin scale. Simply we can say like this, temperature can be measured in degree centigrade. Temperature is measured in degree centigrade or Kelvin. So this is a CGS unit and this is a SI unit to measure the temperature. So to measure the temperature we have units, that is a Celsius scale or degree centigrade and CGS unit. What is this unit? It is in CGS. Temperature can be measured with a unit. CGS unit is a Celsius scale or degree centigrade, we can say like this. And standard international, that is a SI unit or MKS unit, that is a Kelvin. So represented with the letter K, denoted by letter or represented by letter, you can say like this, Kelvin. So is there any relation like previous? Is there any relation between degree centigrade and Kelvin like a previous? That is 1 calorie is equals to 4.186 joules. Yes, you have relation. That is degree centigrade, 0 degree centigrade. 0 degree centigrade is equals to 273
Kelvin. 0 degree centigrade is equal to 273 Kelvin. So can you convert a temperature given in CGS unit, that is 23 degree centigrade? Can you convert this degree centigrade into Kelvin? Sure you can convert. Sure you can convert. This 23 degree centigrade can be written like this: 273 plus 23 is equals to 273 plus 23, 296 Kelvin. 23 degree centigrade can be written like this: 23 degree centigrade, can you convert into Kelvin? Yes. 23 degree centigrade, after converting into Kelvin, you can write like this: 276 K. 276 K. Like this you can. So if suppose you are taking 27 degree centigrade, this is here, sorry, this is a 23 and 27 degree centigrade can be converted into Kelvin. Sure you can convert. You can write like this: Kelvin scale is equals to 273 plus degree centigrade scale. So whatever the temperature given to you in degree centigrade can be written like this: 273 plus 27. So that is 300 Kelvin. So easily you can convert. If you know the temperature in Kelvin scale, in degree centigrade scale, you can convert the degree centigrade temperature into Kelvin by adding 273. By adding 273. Here 0 degree centigrade is equals to 273 Kelvin. Here 0 degree centigrade is equal to 273 Kelvin. Even sometimes the temperature may given into Kelvin scale, that also you can convert into degree centigrade by using a reverse formula like this. K is equals to, that is a Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale is equals to 273 plus Celsius scale. Celsius scale. Now Celsius scale is equals to Kelvin scale temperature minus 273. Suppose Kelvin scale temperature is 400 Kelvin is given to you. Can you convert this into degree centigrade? Easily we can convert like this. Celsius scale is equals to 273. Kelvin scale temperature is how much? 400 minus 273, that is 127 degree centigrade. 127 degree centigrade. Observe here, 400 Kelvin converted into 170 degree centigrade. So from this formula, Kelvin is equal to 273 plus Celsius scale temperature. You can convert sometimes degree centigrade into Kelvin and sometimes Kelvin into degree centigrade. Easily you can convert. Please try to remember these two sums and please note it down. So next topic is our activity number 3, temperature and kinetic energy. Temperature and kinetic energy. Here there is a statement: the relation between temperature and kinetic energy. Already your video time is over, so let me give you the idea. Next class I will explain a relation between temperature and kinetic energy. For this we have an activity. So as temperature increases, the velocity of the molecule will increase. If you choose water, the velocity of molecule will increase. Thereby, the kinetic energy also will increase. How can we say? because kinetic energy is defined as the energy possessed by the object or any molecule by virtue of its velocity. By virtue of its velocity. As velocity is increasing, the kinetic energy will increase, because kinetic energy formula includes velocity. Kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. So as velocity increase, kinetic energy increase. Yes or no? As velocity increase, kinetic energy increase. In hot water, every molecule will attain temperature. Temperature as you are supplying heat energy. When you are supplying heat energy, each and every molecule in water will get heated up, thereby temperature increases. Temperature increases by taking heat energy, by absorbing heat energy, by receiving heat energy, temperature increases. Once the temperature increase, the molecule will attain velocity. It will start its journey. Generally, water molecule always change their motion. Normal gaane water molecules kadultu untayi, nilabadi undavu. So already they are in motion. When you supply heat energy, the temperature increases. Further, the velocity of molecule increases. Unna velocity kante inkoncham ekkuva velocity tho move avutu untayi. When they are moving very fast, their kinetic energy will increase. So if the temperature of the water molecules increases, the kinetic energy also will increase. So we have a lot of water molecules in our activity, and we will choose kinetic energy. If I set kinetic energy, I will take average kinetic energy of the molecule. Individually we may not calculate all the time. So we are calculating that kinetic energy collectively we are calculating. Yes or no? So the average kinetic energy of the molecule is directly proportional to average kinetic energy of molecule is directly proportional to temperature of water molecules. So to explain this, we have an activity. In next class I will explain that activity. Just prepare the notes for the given video. Okay, so bye children. Please save this video for further reference. Whenever you want, you can open this. Okay, bye.